What can I do for you?
I'm interested in this.
How do you cure insomnia? Dragon Age the Veilguard. Nothing is gonna get my eyes to glaze over more than listening to Rook say anything. And I do mean anything. It's gonna be rough. Oh, we have more conversations. I like when you load into the game. It's like loading into the lighthouse, and then you get to have more conversation. We probably should be going back here a lot more frequently so that make sure we're not missing any side conversations. That said, let's go ahead and talk to Emmerich and whoever else this is.
No, I know. It doesn't make any sense, but it works.
Wouldn't the connection to the lyrium cause...
The veil to rupture? Not if you're careful. Really, really careful.
Rook, good to see you. Bellara was telling me about one of the artifacts she calmed. Her manipulation of the Hylic spheres put some circle mages I know to shame.
Oh, that's so nice. Really?
Bellara, repairing the Illuvian network alone is worth a thesis.
Are they saying that she repaired the whole... I guess they are saying that she repaired the whole thing. But she had access to the central Illuvian. I think that's fairly okay. I think that's a step ahead of everything that everyone else has had. I'm glad that we went 2 minutes in this video without critiquing anything, didn't we?
Have you run into anything like it before?
Not at all. The principles are familiar, but the application, the finesse... Though admittedly, my interests lie more with the spirits. Look to Bellara for elven magic expertise.
And she knows big words. Let's just go with he's right, because that seems like a normal option. Everyone earns their keep is a more stoic option, which is fine. Well, that's so dumb. Not a
You were
fan.
here what? 5 minutes? You had that thing fixed.
And it's quite a complex mechanism.
Well, thank you.
That said, I've noticed you working at all hours on that artifact.
Really? I don't think it's all hours.
And you're either the first to wake, or you simply aren't sleeping some nights.
Thank you, Professor, but I'm fine. Mostly.
You have to be. Mostly, these options look good. All right, I need to step back. I just need to step back. Okay, get in the zone. Get in the zone. This happens every time I record. You're not going to convince yourself that the game is somehow going to be better at every dialogue option. You're not here to hate on every dialogue option. That's so much energy. That's so much time. Just roll with it. Just turn off your brain and think. Think of this like the Fast and the Furious movies, the ones with The Rock. Just turn off your brain and don't pay attention to what's going on. Just wait for the cool explosion to happen and never see it again because it was a waste of your time. We'll go with mostly.
That was really reassuring. Until mostly.
In between the two? It's hard. I've never had a chance like this kind of access to knowledge. It's Solus's old home. I want to learn as much as I can.
And we've time to learn it. But in order to do that, you must take care of yourself.
I actually like this humor option.
Not that Solus should be any kind of example. But even he slept. You can too.
Sometimes I can't. Fall asleep, I mean, my thoughts get in the way.
Perhaps I can help.
With sleeping?
Yes, I can teach you some breathing exercises. The ones we show initiates.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you.
Of course. We must look out for one another.
And thank you too, Rook.
Anytime.
Okay, I am going to relax right away. But first, I had another question.
I thought you might.
It's hard to say. But I don't like that discussion. There's a lighthouse spirit. I asked the professor about it. He told me something called a genius loci, spirit of a place. So there's a spirit of a place. Okay. That's just, they're just playing fast and loose with it. That's okay. They're playing fast and loose with that conversation. Now you might think, oh, that was some decent character development. Yeah, well, at the end of the day, the stakes of that conversation was, I don't get to sleep because I'm just thinking too much. And it wasn't phrased as a challenge. It wasn't phrased as something that's... There's no desperation in it. It's just curiosity. And the stakes of the game are these two elven gods, Elgonar and Eaglehim, are running against each other. And it got me thinking of what other Dragon Age games would do with these sort of situations. And they would do more with those situations. When they would express the dangers and or even like over egotism, they'd have you walk in, she'd be asleep, and then you'd be like, hey, are you okay? No, I'm fine. It would take a little bit more of a serious toll. It would take a bit more of, oh my gosh, we should be careful toll. Not just a casual conversation of, oh yeah, I don't get to sleep much. How about I teach you how to breathe? Okay, great. I'm gonna still do what I'm doing though, because it's charming and quirky. Okay, let's have this discussion. Have I said everything I wanted to about Emmerich and Ballara? It's a fine conversation. It's pretty basic, but it's out of place for a Dragon Age game in the way that it's presented, not necessarily in the direct context or connotation. And Rook continues just to... the dialogue options that you have are consistently like a normal person, like a standoffish person, and Marvel quip. I feel like those are the three options most of the time. And there's times that Marvel quips work. We all liked Marvel movies with we all liked the Captain America, Iron Man Marvel movies. But once it got overdone, it became problematic. People got sick of them. People got tired of them. And those are luckily the ones that appear most often, is the jokes that don't work.
Nev, tell the Shadow Dragons to consider any supplies they need already paid for, and I'll cut down what Benatori I can.
You don't have to.
It could have been Treviso. Consider this done.
Even that conversation bugs me a little bit. You don't have to. I'm gonna give you everything because of the Treviso thing happened. Because Devinder didn't happen. That she should be, if she's hardened, she should be desperate for help. She should be a little bit more angry that thing happened. She should ask, well, what about your city? No, we're actually fine because Rook saved it. Rook, it could have easily been mine. We can spare this. I can do this. I mean, that fits better, doesn't it? I'm just going on a tirade and a ramble. I need to get out of this lighthouse. I need to go do a mission. What mission can we do? Oh, right. We are looking at the Hall of Valor. Which means we need... Oh. We're gonna need Tash. Let's do it. Nothing says Lord of Fortune just by leaving all your treasure and a giant... Well, I suppose this is supposed to be a Dragon Vault room, and the Alluvium being here makes sense because it would have been a treasure rather than a gateway in and out of things. Code of the Hall. Matches are only against spirits or people fighting of their own free will. No innocent animals. No prisoners. Every fight is a lesson. Fight well and be better. Oh, this is an arena. No death matches. Everyone gets a chance to lose and learn. Never bet against Isabella. Keep the fight in the pit. Special rules for trick fights are binding. If you lose a fight, wipe up the dirt and try again. Again, never bet against Isabella. Because she's such a good better. That line back there, never bet against Isabella, I'm sure I would have found it charming if I enjoyed this game. That's why I'm trying to step back and give myself a bit of time to really think about it.
Nothing but top shelf stuff over here.
Oh, hey. Give me a better shop upgrade. Thank you. Yeah, this shop has nothing good that I need.
Kick some ass.
Thanks, Mateo.
So, you're a mage, right?
I am a seer, yes.
Does that mean you're not a mage?
It means that my magic is primarily focused on communing with spirits, or acting as a conduit for them to speak through.
Wait, you let yourself get possessed? On purpose?
Ah, I forgot you were from Ferelden.
They are really making light of mage possession in the game, and spirits are a lot more whimsical. I know that we've beaten that point to death as well. It's like, oh, you're just from a different area? No, it's a dangerous thing!
Oh, what foul-hearted spirit tugs at the corners of your lips to turn them down so?
What? Oh, I'm fine. I'm just thinking about what I could do better in my next match.
Oh, you fought valiantly last time.
I lost to a bunch of deep stalkers, Pluck.
Was that Matt Mercer talking to Pluck, which is supposed to be probably a spin-off of Puck from Shakespeare? That's right, I'm red. I don't... Spirits are too common. Spirits shouldn't be hanging around here either. Breathe. It's okay. The game exists. The game exists. They're not going to make another Dragon Age game like this ever again.
Welcome to the Hall of Valor. I knew you'd find your way here sooner or later. Your kind always do.
Isabella, I've been a part of the Lords of Fortune for a while. I talk about it every now and then. Tash, the Lords of Fortune aren't much for formal history. Many of our adventures might land us in trouble if we actually wrote down what we did. But I've been with the Lords since before we were the Lords. Someone made a drunk joke and the name stuck. Oh, jeez. Back then, it was a bunch of sea raiders and all raiders who wanted gold, who wanted glory. We were ready to backstab each other to get all of it. But then some of us learned that gold and glory is not worth much unless you've got friends to revel in it with you. That's it? That doesn't sound like cutthroat pirates that want gold above everything. And that's how the Lords, as you know it, started. We share news about what's out there, we chase it together, everyone gets a cut, and then everyone gets drunk. We don't care who you used to be as long as you pull your weight. You know, it's a bit like being a Grey Warden, except fun and with a beach. I suppose that's a big part of why your mother showed up here with a baby in arms looking for work. Because that's the... We all want money, but let's all be partying and friends. There's no honor among thieves. It's raiding and going for gold and glory is not just a fun time. If you've seen any Indiana Jones, you know that. It's a hectic experience. People are just after all your stuff all the time. Ilabella's Guide to Dungeoneering. Better to have 50 feet of rope you don't need than have 50 feet of rope you don't have. Yeah. Nobody leaves a perfectly good glowing gemstone at the end of a far hallway unless they're trying to distract you with spikes about to shoot from the wall. Bring extra lockpicks. Bring extra knives. Don't take anything from a room with glowing letters in a language you can't read. If a spirit appears between you and treasure, talk first, run second, fight last. Pretty sure that's not what Isabella was about in Dragon Age 2. I actually haven't played Dragon Age 2. I still haven't played Dragon Age 2. But I'm pretty sure Isabella was not like this. everyone was like, kill a spirit. It's a spirit. Be very, very scary. Always look for spider webs. Spider webs mean no swinging blades in the room. Don't wear armor you can't swim in. Betray a partner and you're wealthy once, but cursed forever. Untrue. Anything on a pedestal is either a trophy being displayed, a danger being guarded, or both. Don't grab it unless you know which. It's not very helpful. Know what you're stealing? We can buy the upgrade for that in the store. Nope, nope. Get down. Pick that up. There we go. I think there was one other treasure chest in this place. Hey there. Okay. There is a chest over there.
I've been thinking about my strategy.
I got a raiding mask. Another mask that we're never gonna use. Battle of the Lords of Fortune. Yep, okay. I'm not gonna sing a song about the Lords of Fortune. I picked them as my backstory, and I feel like they have the least amount of... They kind of had the least amount of grip before. I like the idea of Indiana Jones-like adventurers, but to know that they came from pirates originally, and they're just like, yeah, we're... It's better to raid with friends. I'm just not into it. It may surprise you. I've been taken out of the experience a little. Is there only one chest in here? There is. I am looking for no reason. Let's go talk to Isabella and be done with it. Maybe she can salvage this place for me.
Looking to fight?
Oh. That's it?
All right, get your ass in there and give us a show.
She's not going to tell us who she is, what she's about. She's just going to...
They'll be on you faster than ticks on a blood mage. Get ready for the Veilguard.
This cannot be!
My rage is just not growing like it used to. I also guess I don't need freaking Tash with me. That's bad timing.
Good work, everyone.
Haven't lost your edge. Thanks for not embarrassing us.
For gold and glory.
You'll want something with a bit more bite this time, I reckon. No one makes any gold if you don't...
Okay. Never mind. This area, it's literally a battle arena with no introduction quest whatsoever. They just say, yeah, here it is. You'll figure out that it's an arena. No need to have a conversation or talk about it. That's so lame. But now that we have Lucanus, it should go a lot quicker.
Ready for something really spicy? I've got what you need. All right, get your ass in there and give us a show. The Hall of Valor is pleased to welcome the legendary spirit of determination, Spike!
Whoa. Ow. Dude. Dude. I guess you have to have an arena because every Bioware game has an arena.
To step in the pit with you, and coming from me, that's quite a compliment. I line them up and you keep knocking them down, but I still have some tricks.
Are we gonna have to listen to that first dialogue line every single time? Can we not just go
and head to the entrance?
And beat all 10 rounds?
Hang on to your hats. We've got some new challenges for you today.
Missed. Okay, there we go. Getting a better hang on aiming that weapon ability.
Still in one piece.
You can really put on a show. I should charge an entrance fee.
I should charge an entrance fee. Then why do we have a pit? Let's talk a little bit about BioWare arenas really quick. Because most BioWare games have a battle arena in this sort of in a sort of sense. Mass Effect 1 and 2 really don't. Mass Effect 1 had one as DLC. But if you look back at the classic ones, Dragon Age Origins, I'm pretty sure had one. Maybe I'm actually making that up. I should probably go back a bit. I only remember 2. I remember the one from KOTOR, and I remember the one from Jade Empire. And what they would do is they would set up this little fighting arena. It's kind of a side area. There's some main quest importance to pass by through it so that you understand that it's there. Then you'd have 5 named individuals that would be like, hey, I'm this person. I'm the beginner guy. I'm the middle guy. I'm the tough guy. Oh, who's the champion? And there'd be like a mini quest line to beat them up, and you can talk to them to figure out what makes them tick, what makes them different, and what puts 2 things together. Like in KOTOR, there's a guy named Gurlon Two Fingers, and he's the second opponent, and he's pretty cocky. But then as soon as you beat him and you talk to him afterward, he's like, yeah, if I had my full hand, I would have beaten you. He's Gurlon True Fingers because an explosive ruined most of his hand. And that's it. That's his story. And he has a fan next to him, I believe, that says, oh, he's so good. I might be mixing up my people. But there was a story to the place. There was gravitas. This is literally just, here's the shop for the Halls of Fortune. Ooh, look, there's Isabella from Dragon Age 2, and then nothing happens. Just fight in the arena. No preamble, no pretext. Not even folks that make sense for the environment.
All right, this is really starting to annoy me. Once more, and don't you dare hold back. Get going! Don't keep your fans waiting.
They also, every arena charged money. That's how they kept in business. Lords of Fortune should be charging. That's how that works.
Said he used it to challenge shepherds.
Also, let's talk about this. How are there darkspawn in an arena?
That's a win, Rook.
I can tell you gameplay-wise why they're here. What was that even missing? My block was so poorly timed.
Another flawless victory for the Lords of Fortune. What are you in the mood for? Get yourself in order and head to the
Yeah,
entrance.
but they're throwing every enemy type together and they're putting them all in this arena. So Darkspawn had to be one. But there's no reason for their... for there to be Darkspawn in an arena. They don't capture them or put them together or anything quite like that. I locked on to something. The Goddess of Bleed took care of him. And I get it. They probably had limited time to make this. This probably is the best indication that this is... like, this zone's unfinished. I think that's it. I think that's the only thing to say.
Spectacular. We felt the blood spray from way over here.
I had to go to black so that the dialogue could play through.
What you've got. All right, get your ass in there and give us a show. Come on, place your wagers. And remember, never bet anything you aren't prepared to lose.
Oh, jeez, hey, dude.
Making the rest of us look bad, Rook.
Pressing buttons from Space Marine there. Is it going for a shield bash? That's not how this game works. You throw your shield, you don't bash with your shield.
Emma Saline. Wait, that's Elvin for congratulations, right?
You might want to try Ennis up.
Hall of Valor's ready. How about it? Feeling valorous?
We can't interrupt Isabella's dialogue, but we can interrupt Rook's, which I don't have a problem with.
All right, get your ass in there and give us a show. All right. Who's ready for some action? I know I am.
It's also interesting with all the variety of enemies. They behave practically the same. Like, that was just a bloodbath. Breaking all that armor and getting myself flaming weapons for that long.
Glory, Rook. No one can match your style in the pit. Good to have you back.
Nice to be back.
Glad I'm finally recognized.
Oh, I can't wait to see what you've got. Get yourself in order and head to the entrance. They invaded our country. Will they conquer the Hall of Valor? Find out. Aren't our men
Only when I tell them to.
You couldn't pay me to step in the pit with you, and coming from me, that's quite a compliment. What are you in the mood for? Get yourself in order and head to the entrance.
It's too bad I need to focus so much to fight, because that's just the way I game. Didn't we fight these ones already? Are we repeating? Is this an infinite loop of combat experience we can just fight over and over again? It might be. And do we only get reputation for the first 10 times we do it? So like 500
barely a scratch.
500 power? Or can we just grind in here indefinitely?
Oh, I can't wait to see what you've got.
And is it picking like each enemy type randomly each time?
All right, get your ass in there and give us a show.
But yeah, there's no storyline here. There's no setup.
Will Ravain bring the pain, or will it be gold and glory for the Minotaur? Get to the pit and find out.
Are you guys not done yet? These guys that teleport around, they cause the biggest sort of problems because they just take the most time.
Look at that. Barely a scratch.
15 takedown damage, 50% stagger, gain and random advantage on takedown. That would have been the ring that I would have loved to have before this and before everything else. There we go, that's the quest. We haul the Veilguard.
Spirit of determination.
Needed yes! In the Hall of Valor? Good. Come take a look.
Don't encourage him.
Get you at the hill.
With my previous build. I am just so disappointed. Everything else has been not great or not as fun. But this genuinely felt bad. Not great. Not fun. Not good. I don't really understand what this is all about. This is a bunch of random dead people. Shadow dragon, some shadow dragons, some Entente. Like, even this area doesn't make a whole lot of sense. This would make a lot of sense if this was below the arena. But, however, it is not. There's no arena there. The arena is right here.
So if you're a mage and you do stuff with spirits, is that why you left the queue?
What? I was born in Darrison.
I don't want to listen to your conversation.
Means one who follows the queue.
So I don't want to hear this conversation. I don't want to hear that conversation. Talvashoth are the ones that live in Kuhn anger. I left the Kuhn peacefully. I'm not a Kunari. We can leave the Kuhn whenever we want. It's not that big of a deal, even though there are people. They have thought police. Ah! Well, that upgrade certainly worked. I have a lot more capacity for rage. Oh boy. Okay. We are calm. We are Jota Zeta and we are calm. We're good. Let's do the story quest in Docktown. Let's meet Morrigan. Let's move the plot forward. Let's do anything other than what we've just been doing here. Let's have anything of consequence happen. Anything if you must move the plot forward, even if you say the same six things, like, hey, you know there's elven gods attacking? Yeah. Even if it's all the same dialogue, I'll be happier than what I just witnessed, what I just saw. Than a mediocre battle arena. That, for narrative purposes, it makes no sense for the enemies that you fight in there. Mercenaries makes sense. Why don't we have bigger challenges in there, like big named enemies? Like, wouldn't it have been cool to see like a giant mercenary with his name like Balric the Big, and he just have to deal with him like the whole time? I'm glad that we were able to donate to those two poor elves that are being harassed by the guards. But how would that have been? Where they have slightly different mechanics and slightly different boss fights and things like that. It wouldn't take that long to do. They have a pretty dynamic system where they do that with their bosses already. You don't even have to, you could start even have a couple of big group fights in there where you fight a whole bunch of smaller mercenaries and then you go into something bigger. Then mix it up a little bit. Maybe the Antam are fighting with the Darkspawn at their side or something like that. What you would really want to do with the Darkspawn is you want them to attack the area and make a small little narrative. Maybe the Venatori wants to take it over because there's an artifact that the Lords of Fortune have, and Illibiz is like, oh, that's the prize for the tournament. You have to beat the tournament or whatever. And he's like, fine, I'll do it. And then he has a champion, and he brings an ogre.
I wasn't expecting to see a resurgence.
Like, wouldn't that be a thing? It would take 2 seconds. Wouldn't take 2 seconds. That's something that you could do to make that just a little bit more narratively engaging, and to make that more combat engaging in the actual bit there. You don't even have to give Isabella more dialogue if you can't bring her actress back for more. But I think she would. I can't speak for the voice actor. I don't know her all that well. But you could have given her a little bit more line this way or that way. You could have made that a little bit more Tash. I'm even forgetting her name now. Tash specific. Maybe make it an artifact that her mom took. Maybe the Antam also want it because she took it. It doesn't even have to have main relevance to the plot. It should have some relevance to the plot and to the backstory, but it doesn't have to. Just a little something. Start with a couple of smaller fights, let the stakes rise up a bit. Darkspawn attack with a big final wave, and you have to fight a giant ogre, and maybe you also have the other arena champions come in, like Big Balric and Balric the Big and other big folks, like come and help out a little bit. You can even put them to the side as you fight the big ogre guy. Bam, easy arena, and then you can just say at the end, "Hey, sorry about that. We captured a whole bunch of Darkspawn, a whole bunch of Venatori. You can kill them all if you wit. We're about killing them all, but we're gonna put them in the arena." Boom. Then you can have your arena. You can even make it freeform if you have time to put on the system. That's what you do with an arena. That's what you do with a BioWare arena. Like a combination of the Mass Effect arena that they had in Mass Effect 3 and a narrative perspective from Jade Empire and KOTOR 2. Or KOTOR.
Farewell for now.